The Tesla Model Y is still hard to beat. I'm going to go ahead and say it. What happens online doesn't always necessarily square up with what's actually going on in real life. Yes, we all know that Elon Musk's political opinions are controversial, to say the least, with the world's richest man often spouting racist right-wing conspiracy theories that have had tangible effects on the American people and our domestic policy. Also, Tesla's model line is stagnant in the USA. Its mild updates here haven't really moved the needle when it comes to the whole electric car thing. On one hand, you're probably thinking, why the hell is the Model Y still an insideevs Breakthrough Awards editor's choice? Because despite all that controversy and its slipping sales globally, people are still buying the things in droves for good reason. Yes, it's a fact that Tesla's suffering from sinking sales, but it's still leading the global EV market by a huge margin. No singular model has been able to touch the Model Y's legacy, save for the Xiaomi YU7. However, that development is very recent, and only in China. The Tesla Model Y is the car that has made the concept of EV ownership mainstream. No matter the folly of Elon Musk lately, the whole EV industry would not look the way it does without the Tesla Model Y. It held the record for being the best-selling car around the world for a reason. No other single EV nameplate has come close to this car's dominance. The Model Y sells so damn well because it's a hard car to beat. But a hard car to beat doesn't mean it's our breakthrough EV of the year. I'll explain why. Why we nominated the Tesla Model Y for Breakthrough EV of the Year. It's been a wild year. The whole jury staff here for the Breakthrough EV of the Year admitted that there were fewer options available than we expected when it came to actual nominations. Geopolitical tensions, the elimination of the Inflation Reduction Act's tax credit benefits, and new tariffs on once-friendly nations have thrown the whole car world into a frenzy. Yet, the Tesla Model Y has been mostly insulated from the drama, at least the tariff-related drama. Of course, the removal of the Inflation Reduction Act has resulted in higher pricing for new EV buyers of all types. But Musk and Tesla have said that neither party expects its absence to hurt the sales of its model line too much. For this year, Tesla finally updated its best-selling model with styling inspired by the Cybertruck and some quality-of-life improvements. The biggest upgrade is a new suspension design, which improved upon the old Model Y's unacceptably choppy ride quality. While incremental under-the-skin improvements give a modest bump in range, Tesla itself says that it also put effort into making the entire car feel a little more premium, without compromising the price or what drew people to the Tesla Model Y in the first place. More Breakthrough Stories 2026 Breakthrough Awards. We've tested hundreds of EVs. These are the best. The 2026 Cadillac Optic is an incredible luxury EV value. The updates do feel incremental, but the Model Y's mere presence and Tesla's promise of big, grandiose plans to effectively dominate the whole car industry with self-driving versions of this car or the Cybercab mean that it earned it a chance to compete. But it was the Model Y's polished software and technology that made it a Breakthrough Awards editor's choice, even if it couldn't quite clinch our top award. What we thought about the Tesla Model Y platform. Begrudgingly, I think most of the team at insideevs liked the Model Y's driving dynamics. Personally, I certainly did. I had a single-motor, rear-wheel drive Model Y Premium, putting it at a power disadvantage from the all-wheel drive competitors in this test, everything but the Nissan Leaf. Yet, the Model Y always felt like it was the swiftest on the road. The steering is lightning fast and very communicative for a car of any type, let alone a compact crossover with premium aspirations. At least to me, the ride was very much improved over the pre-facelift model. It still felt stiff and agile, but now the whole body structure no longer crashed, shook and rattled to death. All of us were in agreement that the Model Y is a sharp car to drive, although maybe not as sharp as the Lucid Gravity. Other parts of the car were less convincing though. I genuinely liked most of Tesla's software experience, but others on the team were less than convinced. Editor-in-Chief Patrick George felt that it had a much steeper learning curve compared to other cars in the running, like the Nissan Leaf or Hyundai Ioniq 5. There are a lot of menus and options that are more akin to a tablet computer rather than a car. The screen's performance is admirable, but I do admit that it could be hard for some who aren't as tech literate or don't have experience with Tesla to understand how to use the car. Although I liked most of the experience, using the screen for everything could get tiring. The swipe to shift feature was frustrating and not intuitive, and didn't always work with my fingers. Meanwhile, the secondary gear selector buttons mounted on the ceiling to override that feature felt unnatural and out of the way. In fact, most of the staff remained unconvinced of the car's whole premium aspirations. I agree, the interior's fit and finish is improved, but I'm not convinced that it's able to successfully dupe customers into thinking it's a premium experience anymore. Also, our impressions of FSD full self-driving are mixed. On its face, the tech is very impressive, able to mostly navigate itself from point to point without any human interaction. It can even park itself, either parallel on the street or perpendicular in a bay. It's mostly good until it's not. Both Mac and I agreed that the FSD will confidently put itself in bad situations, only to bail at a weirdly inopportune time, like, say, in the middle of a freeway lane change or an unprotected left turn. Staff writer Suvrat Kothari also complained about the system. His experience with FSD was in New York City, where he had some very serious concerns about how it navigated the Big Apple. It didn't stop for FDNY fire trucks. It didn't stop for the school zone signs or school bus signs, he said in our final deliberation. All of us were impressed with the software itself, but none of us felt that we'd be willing to pay the $8,000 or roughly $100 a month to use it. It's a cool party trick though. Source, reposted and summarized from Kevin Williams at insideevs.